So here, if this year is no longer 2023, then these answers may be different. We're just keeping it relevant by allowing you to look up your own numbers. So you can write in the current year here and then use a Google search to look up the population for Eugene in 2023, for example. So if I pull up a web browser, Eugene population 2023, I didn't have to specify Oregon, although I could. And there hasn't been a census done yet this year, it's just January. So there's going to be an estimated population simply because we don't actually have the precise number. So 177,839 is what I'm coming up with here. Let's see what I said in the answer key. Yeah, that's the number that I wrote. So write down the population that you get from your internet search, and then notice how I rounded this up to 178,000. And so you don't have to be quite this accurate. You can just write it out, 178 and then the word 1,000. Same for Springfield, 62,005. 5 is 5 and above, so we round up to 63,000, and we're going to go over rounding in more detail soon, and so on. So go ahead and do this on your own and then come back here and check results. And it's okay if you're not exactly the same, but you should be in the same ballpark. And I always recommend that you pause your video and do as much as you can on your own, and then come back and check your results rather than simply watching what I'm doing here. Yeah, for Oregon, I didn't come up with a whole number. The web search gave me this number, and then I brought it back and wrote it in this format. So 4 million, and then the 242 comes after the comma. So 4, 242, 000. So notice that there's 6 places after the 4, so it's a little bit over 4 million. And the whole U.S. population is 336 million. I like actually knowing some of these numbers. It makes me feel like I have a grasp. A couple years ago, I did not know that the population of Oregon was about 4 million. And it's handy to know. That could be similar to a smaller country in another part of the world. Later in this class, we're going to learn about the sizes of other countries and what is the U.S. ranking in terms of the largest countries in the world. That might be something that you didn't know. In 1800, the world population has been estimated. Okay, so in 1800, there may not have been an accurate census of the whole world's population. But we have estimates of 978 million, which is almost a billion. A billion would be 1,000 million. Yeah, we had that on page 1. So if we have 978, that's almost 1,000 million. Because 978 is almost 1,000, we can say that 978 million is almost or about 1 billion people in 1800. In 1900, we were at 1.7 billion. This number is bigger than 1 billion, but smaller than 2 billion. Okay, this may be obvious and easy, or it may be new information for you. I think it's kind of just about getting comfortable with larger numbers than we're probably used to working with normally. So again, remember that a billion has 9 zeros on the back, but once I say 1.7 billion, the 7 takes up one of those 0 slots. So it's really 9 places after the 1 that makes this 1.7 billion. How many millions are in 1.7 billion? You can see I've got a little line squiggly under the 6 zeros. So that's the million part. So it would be 1,700 million. By 2000, the world population had risen, wow, to 6 billion. Were you alive in 2000? Some of you may not have been. Let's pop over to this question. This is the same as about, I think I just said it, 6 billion, right? This is just the details here. In 2021, the world has 7.9 billion people. Write this number out in standard notation. So write out the long number with commas for that, and then check your answer.